Arcade Perfect, my arse. Right, okay, folks, welcome to another Arcade Perfect, my arse. I was absolutely gobsmacked when I realised I had never actually done an Arcade Perfect of Phoenix. And I think the reason being is because when I do these, I always try and just pick games that were officially converted to home systems. Now, this didn't receive any official ones. Well, I tell a lie, I think there's one official one. The versions that you're going to see here today are bootleg copies, rip-offs, call it whatever you want. But yeah, the actual arcade game, it's Stonewall Classic. It's surprisingly difficult. It looks like it should be quite a simple game, but there's something really weird about it. And there's another game that is similar. It's Mooncrester. I'm trying hard to describe. Sometimes the sprite detection isn't what it should be. It can be extremely difficult trying to hit the baddies. Mooncrester is actually worse for this. But yeah, you're trying to shoot the baddies in this game, and sometimes you just miss constantly. I don't know whether it was the way it was programmed, whatever, but this is a great game. When I think of this game, first time I played this, it was back in the rugby club in Livingston, back in whenever it was, I don't know, 1979, 1980, something like that. It's probably one of the first games to have different levels. You know, most of the games that came out back then, it was you cleared a sheet or a wave or a level, call it whatever you want, and then it would just be the same again, but slightly more difficult. But Phoenix had, I mean, you can see here it boasted really big graphics. It had, I think, 5 different levels, and then it would wrap around. And it was also probably one of the first games, if you can think of another game that came out before Phoenix, one of the first games to feature like an end of level baddie, which hopefully you're going to see. Here you go, you're going to get to see it. Yeah, I don't recall any game that came out before this that had something like this. Like I said, it's fiendishly difficult, but it's such a good game. Obviously, it was based on Galaxian and Galaga and all these kind of games, but in my opinion, you know, it was sufficiently different to really make it stand out. Kaboom. So anyway, yep, that is the arcade. Let's take a look at the first bootleg. This is Phoenix on the ZX Spectrum. There you go, it's even got the intro sound. Slightly more simplistic, but you know what, you get the picture. Yeah, that is not Rob Hubbard or Martin Galway, but you know exactly what it's trying to do. Now, graphically wise, it's not bad. I mean, it started off different. You know, the aliens don't come on from the side one at a time like it was doing here, but they actually look, and they've got the right colours. They look like the arcade. They've got the right colour to the arcade. Just the way the level works is slightly different. But even in this level, you've got better firepower, double firepower, so that is quite authentic. And this looks pretty good as well. Yeah, the birds look slightly more kind of amateur kind of drawn. Amateur drawn? That's not even a thing. They look like they've been drawn by somebody who can't really draw. But you know what? It plays like the arcade, and it does look like the arcade one. So you know. Again, they've even managed to get the colour just right as well, which is nice. Come on. The one thing that I used to like about the arcade version, whoa, you've got right. This is a wee bit easier than the arcade one. Your firepower blasts through that much quicker. That little bandy blue that's moving is moving a lot quicker. Hey, there we go. So there you have it. The first unofficial clone. That was Phoenix. Phoenix. Double E on the ZX Spectrum. Right, next one. This is a version I used to play all the time. This is Eagle Empire, and it was released in 1984 by Alligator Software and programmed by S. Evans. Now, I can categorically tell you right now that this is an absolutely sublime version. Now, Steve Evans also did a completely brilliant version of Defender called The Guardian, again released by Alligator Software. So when it comes to doing arcade conversions, he knew his stuff. I don't actually know any original games that he did. I'm sure he did. It would be a travesty if he didn't do any other games, because the games that I'm aware of were great. Now, see, I like this in this version. I don't know whether the Spectrum one had that. You can actually clip the wings. So if you don't hit the bird in the middle, you can actually take its wing off. It doesn't actually do anything other than, I think, piss it off all the more. And this one's got some really nice sound effects. Again, you get slightly better fire ability in the second level. So it fires 2 bullets rather than 1. Now, one thing I noticed, I didn't actually remember this until when I see it here, is there are no enemy birds attacking you in this particular level. I don't know whether they appear later on, I'm not too sure, but this obviously makes this piss easy. I don't know why it's dropping bullets at the left hand side of the screen, that doesn't make any sense. I can only assume it does get harder and you do get enemies attacking you. So there you have it. That was Eagle Empire on the Commodore 64. Now this is the only official sequel, the only official conversion. This is Phoenix on the Atari 2600. I was actually quite surprised to see this game existed. And you know what? For an Atari 2600 game, look at it. It looks bloody good. I mean, these birds have even got they're different colours. And you can clip the wings. I mean, this is astonishing. This is such a good version. It really, really is. Yeah, I've even got the colours as well. You're going from the blue birds to the red ones. It'll be interesting to see if it's got the spaceship. And it does indeed! Bloody hell! Right, like the Commodore 64 one, there doesn't appear to be any baddies, but the difference between that one and this one is firing a hell of a lot of bullets at you, which makes it tough, and it's moving down the screen pretty damn quick. So I'm going to be lucky to... hey! Ah, there we go. Look, they've even got the parent. They even start off in the right formation. That is just wicked. Right, and the very last version, you never saw this coming. This is Birds of Prey on the Vectrex. Now, this was programmed by a guy called John Donzilla, who was quite prolific on the Vectrex back in the day. I don't know, I'm saying back in the day, I mean, he was making these games after the Vectrex stopped being a thing. I don't know if John still programs. He's put out some really good games for the Vectrex, but yeah, this is a great little version. It always astounds me when you look at some of the games that appear on the Vectrex, because the Vectrex, it was all about vector graphics and, you know, line graphics, and to see kind of sprite-based games like this was just mental, absolutely mental, and it just goes to show how clever these guys were at programming these things. There you go, it's even got the big birds. Yeah, they look more like kind of bats fit enough, but you know, you need to cut it a bit of slack considering what it's actually doing here. And it plays well. I mean, it's fast. It's definitely challenging, and it's got some decent sound as well. Now, is it my imagination, or of some of these birds, I'm hitting them, they're not dying? Have you got to multiple hit them or something? Or have you got to hit them right in the centre? I'm thinking it's probably the latter, actually. Yeah, you'll notice this level, they don't seem to attack you, they're just kind of moving from left to right. Right, so it's kind of more of the same. Again, it'd be interesting to see if there's a sort of spaceship after this. Oh well, we'll never know. Right, anyway, that's all the home versions, so let's do a little brief recap. First up was Phoenix on the Spectrum. Really, really nice version. The colours were very, very faithful to the arcade. The layout, the attack, the way the birds came onto the screen to begin with was slightly different from the arcade, but a really, really nice version. Eagle Empire on the C64, it's the version I played. It's up there. It's absolutely fantastic. It's got all the colours, it's got the movement, it's got the sound effects, it's got the clipping of the bird's wings. You know, really, really good. Then you've got the Atari 2600. It should never be able to do a game like Phoenix, But you know what? It even had the end of level guardian thing. So I think the Atari 2600 it's a it's awesome. You know, it's a proof of concept. It just goes to show what it could actually do when it was in the right hands. And finally, the last version was Birds of Prey on the Vectrex. It's interesting. Is it Phoenix? Well, it's kind of based on Phoenix, or you could say inspired by Phoenix, but it's not really. I wouldn't class it as a particularly good conversion. So to put them into order, I think in third place I'm going to go for the Atari 2600. It looks the part, it sounds the part, it's got nice colour. Second place is going to be Phoenix on the Spectrum. So it's got the colour, it's got the sound. It's losing a couple of points because it's not got the attack wave that the arcade has. But there was only going to be one winner. Gold medal position, it's got to be Eagle Empire on the C64. It's an utterly sublime version of Phoenix. So yeah, if you want to play a home version of Phoenix, go and check out Eagle Empire. Also check out the Atari 2600 because that's a bloody good version. And anyway folks, until next time, as always, thank you very much for watching.